Well, hi diddly-eye everyone! We recently published a video about Simpsons theories that got a lot of you guys talking. One of the more interesting theories suggested that the entire Simpsons family are in fact geniuses. When you first hear it, that might seem like a crazy statement, but we're here to convince you that it might actually be true by delving into it in a little bit more detail. So are all the Simpsons family really geniuses?
Why would they lie? What would they have to gain?
Let's take a look. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way of keeping up to date with all of Screen Rant's great new videos.
Oh, Grandpa.
When you think of the Simpsons family as a collective unit, one of the last words you think of is the word genius. I mean, sure, Lisa is the exception, as she's very obviously an extremely intelligent girl, especially for her age, and she no doubt has a very bright future, potentially becoming the US president if one depicted future in the show comes to fruition. But the other members of the Simpson family are, well, let's just say they haven't really impressed too many people when it comes to their academic achievements. Homer and Bart in particular look destined to live their lives in extremely unspectacular fashion, as far as that's concerned. However, as we touched upon in the intro, there's a fan theory that suggests every single member of the Simpson family is actually a genius, but only Lisa chooses to embrace it. Let's take a look at everyone.
And, incidentally, thanks for not making fun of my genitalia.
I thought I did.
Marge. Even Marge, who obviously isn't a Simpson by blood, has been shown in numerous flashback scenes as being an excellent student in her younger days. There hasn't been an awful lot of what Marge achieved as a youngster shown on screen, but she does have a degree from Springfield University, which suggests that she could have gone on to achieve more in life. However, she ultimately chose Homer, a family and life as a housewife over a successful career. It's how she wants to live, and it's what makes her happy. For Marge, it was a very easy choice. There have been a few occasions in her adult life in which her intelligence shone through, though, such as when she became the mayor of Springfield and when she was a stand-in teacher at Springfield Elementary.
The sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side.
Homer. The patriarch of the Simpson family is, without a doubt, a genius. If you can recall the episode Homer, spelled H-O-M-R, Homer found out he'd had a crayon lodged in his brain since childhood, and when he had it removed, he quickly accomplished all kinds of seemingly impossible things, such as proving that God doesn't exist. But he actively chose to have the crayon reinserted to avoid being ostracized by his friends, and because life was generally easier as a dumbass. It was a tougher choice for him to live like that, because unlike Marge, for Homer, happiness comes with the price of being a complete and utter moron. Heck, even with the crayon lodged in his brain, Homer has achieved and done so much. It's like the genius in him is subconsciously helping him to achieve things in stupid ways. He's been to space, he's traveled the world, and he's met several US presidents, which is far more than most people will ever do. There's even a theory that suggests the crayon's presence doesn't actually make him dumber. It merely cuts off the smart part of his brain from the part that controls his actions. Hence the occasions when he asks his brain to help him out. But he does the opposite of what it suggests, in spite of the fact it actually provided him with some very good advice.
Who called all these weird places? Quiet, it might be you, I can't remember. No, I'm gonna ask Marge. No. Why embarrass us both? Just write a check and I'll release some more endorphins.
He's also definitely richer than he lets on, as the Simpsons all live relatively comfortably, and they do seem to spend way beyond their apparent means. And that's probably because he's actually done a lot of things that earned him a lot of dough! No pun intended. Get it? Because dough it's like a word for money, and it's a catchphrase that Homer says. He must be earning royalties from his time in the B-Sharp's Barbershop Quartet, for example, and Hank Scorpio gave him the freaking Denver Broncos as a gift. To get himself into situations where he can earn the kind of cash those things would bring in must mean he's at least a little bit more intelligent than he lets on.
Here I've listened to nothing but French for the past 2 mois. Et je ne sais pas un mot. Eh? Mais je parle français maintenant. Incroyable!
Bart. Bart is, of course, a genius as well. The mischievous little scamp has shown a natural aptitude for things like music, foreign languages, and complex schemes and pranks. And he once condescendingly said to Lisa that
I am familiar with the works of Pablo Neruda.
But he chose a life of debauchery because, like his dad, he finds it easier and more satisfying. It's just that Bart figured it out at a much younger age. Heck, in one potential alternate future depicted in the show, he became Chief Justice of the United States. The boy, as Homer calls him, was even shown to be a gifted student when he was younger, but his grades slowly declined. mind. Although the episode Lisa the Simpson would have people believe the Simpson gene is the cause of that decline, Homer's proven genius completely disproved that idea. Bart just knows that despite his father's many faults and often debilitating stupidity, he is happy. When Bart mocks Lisa for her supposed nerdiness, what he's actually doing is trying to get her to follow the same path as himself and Homer, because he knows Lisa's intelligence will ultimately lead to her having a more stressful and less happy life.
Maggie, cut that racket!
Maggie. In spite of all other available evidence, baby Maggie is arguably the greatest piece of the puzzle supporting this theory. She's far, far more intelligent than a baby should be, in spite of her inability to say a single word, which could actually be her way of choosing laziness at an even younger age than Bart. The youngest Simpson was able to plan a Great Escape-style breakout from a daycare center in order to get her pacifier back. She was able to save Homer from drowning, and she even rescued him and a group of fellow tow truck drivers from the mad tow truck driver Louie. It's not only the Simpsons who live at 742 Evergreen Terrace who are geniuses, however. Grampa. Grampa may be somewhat senile in his old age, but flashback scenes show a younger Abe doing a number of things that require a lot of skills to achieve. Abe was a fighter pilot and an accomplished pianist, for example, which suggests that his intelligence is, or at least was, way above average, and that he's very good at a wide variety of things.
Tell it to me in an anecdote.
Even in his old age, his rambling stories are quite often intelligent, complex allegories for the events that transpire in the episodes in which they occur. He's also a member of the Stonecutters, Masons, and Communists, and for some reason the
President of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance?
which suggests he's worked his way into a number of positions of authority and importance over the years.
You awful, awful man! Get out of my son's grave!
I hate to rain on your parade, lady, but this is my grave.
Mona. Finally, we come to Mona. Like Marge, although Homer's mother isn't technically a Simpson, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that even she is a genius, of sorts. Not only was she a political activist, which suggests she had a keen interest in important academic topics, she was also a very successful criminal, which included her doing things like infiltrating secure laboratories. While being a career criminal isn't anything to be proud of, the term criminal mastermind exists for a reason, and Mona must have been very good at it to do it for so long. More to the point, she must be extremely smart to have avoided the police while she was on the run for all those years, 27 to be exact. To summarize, the entire Simpsons family are definitely geniuses, but Lisa chooses to embrace her intelligence, while the others, for the most part at least, choose laziness and, in turn, happiness. It's both tragic and beautiful.
It's the symbol of everything fine inside us. Poor gullible Lisa.
And that's the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Are you convinced? Is everyone in the Simpsons family actually a genius? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Screen Rant for more great videos just like this one. Smell you later!